This portion of the news is brought to you by SUN Oil Limited, fueling growth for people.
Pharmacists from 40 countries will assemble at the Atlantis Resort on Paradise Island this week for the 2013 International Pharmacy Conference under the theme Enhancing Optimal Pharmaceutical Care Through Technology. This major conference will combine the 12th meeting of the Commonwealth Pharmacists Association and the 33rd meeting of the Caribbean Associations of Pharmacists. The conference comprises a week of meetings, forums, and workshops. Delegates are expected to attend from Commonwealth and Caribbean countries, including 14 African states, 17 Caribbean countries, 7 European territories, and 6 Asian and Pacific countries. The conference opens tomorrow. Now to news from our #1 industry. Tourism officials are looking to aggressively push group business into the country as the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board recently hosted a group of meeting and event planners. Some 25 planners from the United States and Canada were in the capital for 4 days to familiarize themselves with what both Nassau and Paradise Island has to offer. Vice President of Groups for the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board, George Bryce, says these trips are very significant for several reasons.
Well, they spend at least $1 billion in business that they produce for us on a yearly basis. We meet most of these meeting and incentive planners at major trade shows and events throughout the United States that we attend on a regular basis. We are trying our best to grow our group business to account for some 20% of the overall business that comes to the Bahamas. Tour and travel accounts for some 80%. We want group to account for 20% of that overall figure. So I think right now some hotels are at 17%, some are at 10%, some are even lower. We'll be trying to get all of our hotels to at least 20% of the business being from the group market.
While Sandals Royal Bahamian Resort was the host hotel for the planners, they will also get to tour other resort properties like Atlantis, Bahamar, the British Colonial Hilton, and the Sheraton Nassau Beach Resort. Sandals General Manager Patrick Drake hopes by hosting the planners, it will create big business for the property.
It's a very basic philosophy. As long as the travel trade, the travel agents, incentive planners, coming down to see the business firsthand, that is a key shot. Because yes, you can do the brochures, you can do all the PR in the world, but when they experience it, like this afternoon, just talking to some of the agents, you know, they sat at the bar, they were in the pool, they had their first gumbe smash, and that is what it's all about.
I think this is very important because you can see a picture of a hotel and it doesn't do it justice. Once you're at the hotel and you're there and you interact with the staff and you interact and see the rooms and the restaurants and you eat the food, it's great to be able to recommend that to your clients.
Immediate past president of the Bahamas National Council for Disability, Sheila Kalma, was disappointed that the Constitutional Commission made no express provisions for the protection of those in the disabled community in their report to Cabinet. In a recent interview with ZNS News, the longtime lobbyist believed the Commission would have been close to having some protections contained in the supreme law of the land.
It's very disappointed that the disabled, persons with disability, have been classified as, yes, they are citizens, and I recognize that, but to say that no special provisions have to be made for them is an understatement. And I simply defend that by saying persons with disabilities didn't ask for that disability. All those other minority groups, that was their choice.
Overall, Mrs. Culmer said legislation to protect those in the disabled community has been dragging on for far too long. It's a fight she lamented has been ongoing for more than 20 years.
We've been fighting for that for more than 20 years. When we first started about the legislation, none other than Maurice Moore was the Minister of Social Development. Do the maths. How many years ago was that? How many other legislations have been discussed, ratified, passed, or whatever? And persons with disability, they're still waiting for the legislation. I think it's past due.
That does it for news this Saturday. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues right after this.